right, welcome back to Two Wants to Know. Attorney General Josh Stein is with us taking your questions about any and all things. Of course, what's most popular at the moment is robocalls. So let's answer this question. If you get a robocall, should you answer it?
You really shouldn't. If you know it's a robocall, just let it go to voicemail. Don't let it upset your life. And by the way, it's not the most popular thing. It's the least popular thing. Everybody wants to talk about it. We get more complaints about robocalls than anything else. We do ask, if you do get a robocall and you hear what their pitch is, to let us know on our website. It's ncdoj.gov/no-robo. And then you can tell us the number it originated from, what they were trying to sell you, what their pitch was, and any other information you have that's useful. That information helps us educate the public to avoid being scammed, and it helps to focus our enforcement priorities.
All right, and some people would say, okay, well, I put it on there, that information, but why are they not going after them right away?
Well, we do go after them when we can find them. For instance, everybody hates the robocalls about your extended car warranty. Well, there's a guy in Texas who's making those calls. We've sued him. We're in court. He cannot make these calls anymore while we're in litigation. He made some 75 million calls into North Carolina alone. And so hearing from you all helps us to pursue wrongdoers in the hope that if they're in the United States, we can put a stop to them.
Right. And I think a lot of people say, oh, I'm sure he already knows about this call. It really does help to build the case if they do make that complaint.
And it really helps to know, because the scammers are constantly tweaking their scams, their pitches. And when we hear about a new one, we will then publicize it on social media and to our email list, and it can really serve to protect some of your fellow North Carolinians.
All right, so you mentioned the call from the car warranty. This person says, every day I get a robocall from a company trying to sell me a car repair warranty. It's been going on for over a year. Is the state not stopping them because the state sells them the phone list?
We're doing everything we can to stop them. We don't always know who they are, where they are, but we are cooperating, or we're having the phone companies cooperate with us in investigations so we can identify who's actually originating the calls. And as to how they get your phone number, clearly the state does not sell anyone's phone number. In fact, it used to be that telemarketers would operate off of phone lists of known numbers, but because of the internet, they don't even know what your number is. They just auto dial every single permutation of a phone number they can come up with. And sadly, some of those numbers are yours and mine because it's so cheap for them to perpetuate these frauds.
Okay. Somebody just asked about, can they get money back for every robocall that they get? And there are those websites that kind of like pay for people to do that complaint. But that is not what's part of the AG's part. But you guys do want people to make that complaint.
Yeah, we want to know about what kind of calls people are getting. And we're a state agency. We serve the public. So unfortunately, we can't pay you for the information.
Yeah, but we will put that in the Two Wants to Know section with this story so that you'll know, because we have done that story before. All right, let's get on to where you are headed to the courtroom this week, and it's all about Juul. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, the trial date's it was going to be yesterday. It got postponed for 2 weeks. So on June 21st is our trial date against Juul. Juul is the e-cigarette company. And what we allege in our lawsuit is that they designed, marketed, and sold this product to appeal to young people, including minors. And the sad reality is it worked. Millions of American teens, tens of thousands of North Carolina teens have become addicted to this e-cigarette nicotine delivery device. Juul made unbelievable amounts of money, billions of dollars, and I want them to stop it. I want them to stop. I'm not seeking to put them out of business. I just want them to stop designing, marketing, and selling their product to kids. We succeeded in driving teen smoking down to below 5%. And since Juul came on the market a few years ago, it shot back up to 30%. And that's absolutely unacceptable. I will not see another generation of teens addicted to nicotine.
When you say you want them to stop targeting the teenagers and making it for the teenagers, is that saying that you want to curb flavors or you want to curb the style?
flavors primarily. The main attraction of kids to the product is the flavors, things like creme brulee, mango, mint, menthol. So I want them to address the flavors, but they also used to market on social media, hiring these very young, attractive social media influencers who would then try to make it seem super cool and hip to use the product. And they should not be marketing in any way that could appeal to teenagers. The product, they say, is designed for adult smokers who want to transition, and I'm all for that. But that's not how it has happened in the past, and that's why I'm holding them accountable.
All right, we've got a little bit less than a minute. Can you give us a quick update on price gouging?
We continue to investigate the 1,000+ complaints we received in the wake of the gas shortage from a couple weeks ago. We've sent out a number of investigative letters to various gas stations, and we're reviewing the materials we're getting back. And if we find price gouging, I will not hesitate to go to court. I've done it in the past. I'll do it in the future.
All right, we thank you so much for your time and your expertise as well. And all of the things that we talked about, they're going to be in the Two Wants to Know section. So check it out there, especially if you want to make a complaint for one of those robocalls.